You're listening to The Raw Reaction on the Angry Marks Podcast Network.
Yes. Angry Tensai coming straight at you with the thing he likes to use the most, and that's his man, Big Dick. Big Dick, how you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm doing well, Angry Tensai. I'm doing well. Well rested from this Christmas break and ready to go. This was probably the first episode of Raw in the last 4 months that I've not been flipping back and forth between professional football and Raw, and it was good to finally just watch most of a Raw straight out and not have other distractions. What's that?
Welcome to 2016. Happy 2016.
Yes. It's a big year here. Big year here at Angry Mark.
Yeah, I know. We were just before we got on the air. We were watching the GNW skit, or backstage interview with their character, The Rock Jr. Wow, what a superstar that guy is.
You know what? This man there's a new level of charisma this gentleman possesses, and it is epic. It's epically,
I like Rock Jr.
Yeah, it's a incredible gimmick he has.
Hey, anyway, I think we should just let the cat out of the bag. There was an enormous development on Raw tonight. Let's just throw it right out there. The formation of the social outcasts.
Yeah. This was. These are a big group. I feel like this is a one-man band territory here.
You might as well call it the four-man band. In fact, I just absolutely marked out huge because I'm just like, they take the four biggest J-Brones on the roster and put them in a stable, and there's just no way they're going to be able to climb out of it. Dolph Ziggler.
Slater still has a job somehow.
Well, yeah, Slater's good on the mic. Slater's always going to be around. He's funny. He's a good heel joke character. I think he'll always have a job, but I was surprised they went with this. So they hotshot this angle about social media, and Dolph Ziggler takes on Heath Slater, but Heath Slater with him has Bo Dallas, Adam Rose, and Curtis Axel. And I'm not making this up. A lot of times people will listen into the show, and we do make jokes and we do make things up. We're not making this up. This isn't like when we told everybody that Sin Cara superplexed Great Khali, or when we said Great Khali did a shooting star press off the top rope on Sin Cara. No, this actually did happen. And the four of these guys are not taking it anymore. As Curtis Axel said, he's tired of being chained up. And the four of these guys have formed a group. And in fact, their distractions actually led to a schoolboy-like roll-up for a pin. Heath Slater over Dolph Ziggler. Wow.
Yeah, this is pretty epically bad. On the bright side, I don't know if you heard the big news this weekend, but there have been two entrants made into the Royal Rumble at this point.
Who?
One being the Big Show, and one being Axel Mania.
Yes, they are all entered. Ryback was already entered. You have Big Show entered, Curtis Axel entered. But I'm really surprised that's all you have to say about the new four-man band. Now,
I think that's all I have to say. It felt like this match was a.
This is my favorite part of the show.
Stars.
My favorite part of the show. I just love that Bo Dallas, Heath Slater. I can't wait to see what these guys do next. I'm serious. You know what? I gotta ask our producer, Superstar, Killer Kev, do you have any thoughts on what we just described?
I can't think of any.
Do you believe it?
I didn't get a chance to watch tonight, so wow.
Do you actually believe me? Do you actually believe that happened?
If you told me that you were not making it up, then yes, I'll believe you.
And how do you feel about what we just described?
I don't know.
I just don't see how in booking logic, guys, that could make any sense. Taking your 4 bottom guys and forming a faction with them. It'll never work.
It worked for the Nation of Domination, didn't it?
They were not the 4 bottom guys. Farouk wasn't even close to the bottom guys.
Are you kidding? They stuck a giant padded helmet on his head.
Farouk Assad was in the Intercontinental title hunt consistently, and he was brought in to be a main eventer.
No.
Yes.
No.
And the Supreme Fighting Machine combo was a solid mid-carder. D'Lo, yes, was a jobber. I disagree. I disagree.
And D'Lo ended up being the best out of them all.
No, Farouk was the best out of them all. My opinion. Anyway, okay.
No, Farouk didn't hit his stride until he hit the APA.
Well, I'm a big Farouk guy. I think everything he's done has been gold, whether it be Doom, Ron Simmons standalone. He's just had a great career. But anyway, I digress.
He did, but Farouk Assad was like the low point.
No, it was horrible. Yes, he looked like a futuristic black man, but I don't quite understand.
He looked like an extra out of Mega Man.
Yeah, maybe.
You gotta. He was like Angry Man.
He was angry. Anyway, so speaking of factions, Big Dick, did you like the new Titantron and theme for the League of Nations? I really liked it.
You know what? I was a pretty big fan of it as well. Again, I don't know I like where the League of Nations is going.
Me too.
They have a couple mid-carders. They have a tag team. I guess Bad News Barrett is A, injured, or B, the muscle for this team. So I like how it's developing, putting them in putting Rusev and Del Rio in a tag team matchup versus the Lucha Dragon. Or no, I'm sorry, the Revolution.
Actually, this was a really good match, and it surprised me a lot. I was expecting nothing out of this match, and I was expecting no chemistry between Del Rio and Rusev, but they actually were a pretty fluent team, and it was a good match, and I really thought the Usos had the match won. They hit their finisher, but Rusev made the save, and then Del Rio and Rusev went over clean, and I gotta say, Del Rio does that flying stomp, which is somewhat similar to Finn Balor's coup de grace. He does it out of nowhere. I mean, or anywhere. I mean, he can hit you with that at a corner. He can jump off top rope and hit you with it. It's kind of cool. I really think it's a vicious looking move. Yet Seth Rollins can't do the curb stomp anymore. Not sure why that is.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they haven't either got an injury or he hasn't got into it. Del Rio is not a significant enough star where they need to actually look at taking a move away.
I think this move is much more vicious than the curb stomp. The curb stomp looks awesome, but I don't know. I just think this one actually, like, his whole body weight is actually coming down on you and driving you to, you know, I mean, when he did to Neville, he almost killed him that 1 week on Raw.
Yeah, I mean, it looks super intense. I like it, as far as a move. Again, I don't know why the, curb stomp, outside of maybe the curb stomp being a move that can be used more in real life versus not in real.
Dude, I hate to say, some people are so stupid. Do you remember, like, somebody killed a kid, like, giving him the last ride powerbomb? Like, that's terrible.
Yeah, but then the parents are like, okay, well, we left this 13-year-old babysitting an 8-year-old, and they killed him using wrestling moves. We want The Rock to testify at this trial for a 13-year-old.
Why did the 13-year-old? Why did he choose that maneuver? Why did he use the last ride? I mean,
obviously it was television. I thought it was like a Rock wrestling move. Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean,
he obviously was not paying attention during the "Don't try this at home" segments, which have been drastically cut down in the last couple of weeks.
I wonder how Undertaker felt about that happening.
It's probably like, you know what? If you can't follow the PSA, you shouldn't be watching. Viewer discretion is advised.
I saw the trial. It was terrible. You know what the 13-year-old said? I mean, it was disgusting. You know what he said?
What's that?
The kid should have learned how to take a bump. I couldn't believe he said that. It's not funny. Why did I just say that? I'm not funny.
Well,
Not funny.
yeah, that was pretty fun. That was pretty bad.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just, we'll just do anything for a laugh. Yeah, so big win for the League of Nations. One thing I noticed after the match, and I'm going to ask you, did you notice anything somewhat odd that took place after Rusev and Del Rio won the match?
No. Why don't you tell me?
Rusev kept hugging Del Rio over and over again, and I don't know if it was a rib or what, but Del Rio actually pushed away Rusev twice, and Rusev just kept like hugging him. Play it back. It was really weird. Like, why did Rusev just keep hugging him? And the last one, Del Rio literally like tossed him away, and I'm like, they're gonna have to break up the stable over this. It was really weird. Watch it back. Anyway, enough of that. So,
do you think he was maybe lonely and missing Lana?
I don't know what was going on, but I have noticed Rusev is very touchy-feely.
Yeah, I mean, he has these feelings now, which I would not get with somebody. I would have got it back in his love triangle with Dolph Ziggler and Summer Rae, but I thought that he had sort of settled down with his emotions. Maybe he's just so happy to be in a decent match and have a good quality wrestler like
The Rock JR?
Yeah, like The Rock. Well, who's good on the mic, who could actually speak well in a mic as opposed to Lana. Whereas he just a Rusev Crush or straight struggling for string together.
Yeah, I love The Rock JR, man.
I don't know. And you know what? I think they could be making these guys a good heel tag team. I mean, we'll see what happens. This is 1 week. But I think that, I could realistically see these guys being a good tag team moving forward. I mean, Del Rio, he's not, or it doesn't appear. Is he getting a match against Cena again? Probably at the pay-per-view, you think?
I don't know.
It could be something. I mean, Del Rio could be holding his spot until Barrett's cleared to wrestle again.
Possibly.
Or could be. I mean, they could be building these guys up as a better tag team.
I can tell you one thing. You see Del Rio holding that United States title, right? He has a challenge, and he's going to take that title. He's going to put it on the line, and this man is more than ready for him. He's ready. I'm talking about this man.
Finally, The Rock JR is coming to Great North Wrestling. November 27th, everyone in Sean Mark Malone Arena is going to witness the jabroni beating, the pie eating, the trail blazing, eyebrow raising, step off the brake, put your foot on the gas, Rock JR coming to whoop some candy ass. Rockland.
Rock JR, in his video, debuting himself, 95 likes on YouTube, 560 dislikes. I've never seen anything like that.
Wow, it's pretty bad. I mean, you could drown a bag of kittens and get more likes than that and more love than that.
Oh my God, no. You know what's funny? There's another video I'm seeing on the internet right now that has, in 2015, Jim the Anvil Neidhart versus Tito Santana.
Wow. At the local Bayville VFW.
Not good, dude. Not good. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about what I thought, and I hope I don't get laughed at for this, but I thought actually was probably one of the best wrestled matches of the night. Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Very good match. I enjoyed it. What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it too. I mean, I think WWE, I think they've sort of come to the conclusion that the women's division, I mean, they need a one match a show, and it needs to be a decent match. You can't have a 4-minute match with 20 minutes of backstage segments. I get you have your backstage segments with Ric Flair there, which helps to make it bearable. But I think that you need decent matches. These women can wrestle, and they can put on 10, 15-minute matches.
Oh yeah.
We don't need 3 or 4 of them.
This was a good one. Becky Lynch actually reversed the outcome of the last time her and Charlotte fought and she was able to manipulate the interference to her favor, and with a handful of tights was able to beat Charlotte. And it was a really, really good match. You know, one thing I noticed, Ric Flair looked pretty white, and he looked really old tonight. Did you not notice that? I mean, he looked really, really, really shitty tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the backstage catering didn't agree with him.
It sure looked that way. But anyway, these two are gonna fight on SmackDown for the Divas title. And I gotta tell you, I'm actually gonna probably DVR SmackDown to see this match. I'm actually excited about it. Because if it was anything like this one, it'll be a good match.
Is SmackDown now on Thursday nights on USA?
According to that commercial I saw tonight, yes.
Okay. Yeah, was that the commercial where it was like Triple H sitting in the office and Bo Dallas?
There's another one too where the Wyatts are like they go to a table, like an office, and they're trying to get an appointment for 8 p.m. They're at USA.
Wow.
Why did they choose to use the Wyatts to promote SmackDown when they could have used The Rock JR?
Or you know what? They could have used Bo Dallas in the League of Social Outcasts.
Well, there's a rumor going around that WWE NXT signed a bunch of free agents from New Japan Wrestling, which was Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson of NJPW, Bullet Club. And then there's another guy they have called Nakamura, and of course AJ Styles, and The Rock JR. These are 5 big names for WWE. I'm hoping Rock JR gets his fair chance in the in wrestling here.
You know what? I've heard a 6th name, a 6th outsider.
A 6th name?
Yes, this the 6th man.
Who?
Red Gravel Patrol.
Wow, and he is a 4 horseman.
He is horseman in every sense of the word.
I like it.
This man is a legend in his own mind.
How about Chris Jericho returning tonight?
You know what? I'm not sold on it. I mean, it's nice to see Jericho back in a little mic time. I don't really know what to make of it moving forward. Is he going to, I feel like we're going to get him putting over Finn Balor at the next pay-per-view.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just found a video on YouTube of the Young Rock confronts the Rock JR indie wrestler. Who is the Young Rock? Look, the Young Rock. Here he is.
Last week on YouTube, I saw a video of the guy named, called himself The Rock JR. But I'm pretty sure he meant The Rock Jr., who is some person from India who's going to make a debut on TNW wrestling show at The Rock. But I want to give it to you. I want to tell you what I think of your promo, what I think of you, and your person at The Rock. I'm going to tell you with all honesty, with all respect,
Wow.
from the heart, what I think of you is that you are not only 100% completely stuck, but also I'm looking at a fucking guy bring up.
I gotta say, Big Dick, the guy's serious. The guy is serious. Everyone YouTube, the Young Rock confronts the Rock JR. I have to say, we have hit internet gold, folks. Wow.
Angry Tensai, I have to wonder if let's put our booker hat on here for a moment. Is there room for another superstar to get involved in this two-way dance right now? I'm thinking Rock Hard JR, which would be someone like JR who uses way too much Viagra and basically always comes out with a boner.
I would dig that. Is this guy like really like? Yeah, he is. He's deaf. The Young Rock is deaf. I'm reading the comments. The Young Rock is deaf.
All right, so we shouldn't be trolling on this anymore. Probably.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, I don't know if the Young Rock is making fun of himself, but his gimmick is okay. I'm gonna explain him to you. He's in a Just Bring It t-shirt, a jacket, and glasses like The Rock, and he has a big poster of The Rock behind him. And the Young Rock is calling out The Rock JR for copying off The Rock. but the Young Rock is doing the exact same thing.
You know what? I have to actually liken this to something I saw on, I think it was ESPN this weekend. It was Peyton and Eli Manning's brother Cooper did a segment on people trying to cash in on professional football players and their family, or their family members trying to cash in on them.
Yes.
It was a tad bit hypocritical, considering Cooper Manning is pretty much the fifth Beatle.
Yeah, but Cooper has an excuse. He had a career-ending injury.
No, I understand that, but I found it amusing that he would not be on the show outside of the fact that he's two NFL quality brothers.
You know what I think?
All right, I think we need to tread lightly because I think we need to tread lightly here, Angry Tensai.
He has back where you came from.
Oh yeah! Go Young Rock!
But the lock is.
Oh. Okay, here's my question. Why does WWE go out and sign all these free agents? You and I know that if they you don't have to do it for every night, but for one night, if they brought out The Rock JR, okay, and they let this guy fall flat on his face, okay, and that would be entertaining. It would get people talking on Raw. You bring Young Rock out 2 weeks from that point to confront Rock JR. That, you don't think that would be entertainment? You don't think people will laugh at that?
I think they would, but then the problem would be everybody would be impersonating Rock, and ultimately the Rock's like a freaking legend, and it'd almost be like calling Goldberg with Gilbert or Kevin Nash.
Ultimately, the Rock can come out and kill Young Rock and Rock JR. Oh man, this is good. Anyway, speaking of Rock JR and Young Rock, Roman Reigns, which is the Rock the Third, he had a big night tonight in many ways. So we find out that Roman Reigns tonight is going to face Sheamus with Vince McMahon as a special guest referee. Not only is that a pretty big occurrence, but it's going to happen tonight on Raw. Now, if I told you as a listener that you would get a winner decisively tonight, you'd be like, wow, world championship match on Raw, Vince McMahon, the referee, this decisive winner, maybe not clean, but a decisive winner. You know, that's must-see TV. And it's too bad WWE can't say, you will get a winner, a definitive 1-2-3 pin winner tonight. Cause that, I think, would make people tune in. It's a world title match, you know? But unfortunately, they can't do that. But I did think Stephanie and Roman did a very quick, nice job, 5 to 7 minute promo where they built up the main event in the first segment. And, you know, it wasn't anything great, but it was enough to get your interest and show, you know, the families are invested and how much the McMahons really don't like Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I know what I like. I actually like, and this has been, I think they've alluded to this a couple times the last few weeks. I like the McMahons taking pop shots at Roman Reigns, like father and grandfather, because it's more, that's like almost behind the curtain stuff. And whether it happened or not, who really gives a crap, but it's a revisionist history of it. So, right. I mean, they can, basically saying that, it makes you feel, if you're like, oh, well, I heard of him, it's almost like, it's like CM Punk going behind the curtain with his promos and being like, and then like all the smarts are like, ooh, wow, that's great.
This can't be true. The second Rock responds to Young Rock.
What happened?
I give up. The second Rock responds to Young Rock. So Rock Rock JR. So you have the young Rock over YouTube responding to Rock JR, but now you have the second Rock responding to young Rock.
What about the real? So the real Rock responds to him?
Who is the second Rock? What is wrong with the internet? You do realize, Mick, the world is going to end. This is undoubtedly going to happen. The world
I have to ask you, is the second Rock an actual character, or is it an actual just Rock that just sits there and that is a response?
I have no idea. I'm not even going to embark on this. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I do think Roman Reigns also is a cheap imitation of The Rock, just like all these Rocks. But I can't think of anything topping the young Rock. Anyway, to the main event. Vince McMahon is in desperate need of a tan, for sure. He's the whitest dude I've ever seen next to Sheamus. However, pretty great shape for a 70-year-old guy. I mean, he's a pretty big dude, man.
Yeah. You know what? Who'd have thought that decades upon decades of steroids and lifting weights could actually leave you in pretty good shape at the age of 60?
Well, he's 70, right?
That's what I meant. Sorry, 70.
Well, how does he, the human body isn't made to look like that at that age. Like, how does he do that?
I'm going with steroids.
So, I mean, I gotta think he's a walking heart attack any day.
Oh, yeah. I definitely think that's the case. But you know what? I mean, he probably has very good doctors.
Well, let me ask you this. That is a good point. Why is it that, we watch all these other people younger than him or in his age group really labor through their promos? Even Flair at times can labor through a promo. Vince is the best promo guy, arguably in WWE history. He's the best.
I don't know what makes him better. Maybe it's because he's a freaking billionaire. I mean, shit. If I was a billionaire and owned a company, I could probably cut some pretty decent promos. Just knowing that shit, I'm a billionaire and I can go bang any of the divas I want right now because I can.
No, but it's just whenever he comes out, he has such charisma. He's so into it. I think if he decides he's going to do something, he just does it 110%. Even ref of the match tonight, although he overacts, I thought he made the match good. I thought the match sucked, and I thought he made a crappy match look like a great match. The ending was very good. Didn't you think?
You know what? I was wondering how it was going to end. I knew they weren't taking the title off of Reigns, just because, they built up everything against him. But I was interested to see Scott Armstrong come out at first, and then him only getting a 2 count and getting knocked out. I thought that was pretty cool, especially when Roman Reigns was like, this was when McMahon was still standing. He was like, "Yeah, watch this," and he's like, goes like he's gonna Superman punch Sheamus, and turns around and basically just flies into McMahon's face. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. He killed him. You're right. That was a cool moment. Was Scott Armstrong coming out. It's like I was thinking to myself, during it though, I kind of thought opposite of you. I'm like, I can't see how Roman Reigns walks out of here with the belt because no one's gonna count the 3. And I thought my initial thinking during the match was, oh, they're gonna give Roman Reigns a 3rd title reign already and give him huge burn, because he's already a 2-time champion. So I'm like, they're going to let him lose it here and then win it back at Royal Rumble again. That's what I was thinking. And then, you see Scott Armstrong come out. Sheamus can't put him away with the brogue. And Roman gets out, comes back, takes out McMahon, like you said. He's spearing people. He's going crazy. And next thing you know, another referee comes out. And it was one of the younger referees. And he counts to 3. I was surprised by that. And then Vince knocked that guy out after the match. I didn't see that coming. I thought it was a great surprise and a great ending. So Roman Reigns once again gets over on the McMahon. So you're starting to see he kind of has that Stone Cold element to him that no matter what Vince does, he can't stop Roman. Kind of like the opposite. No matter what John Cena did, he couldn't top the Authority in Vince. Or CM Punk, same thing. But yet Roman Reigns seems to be the guy that has the combination, Pretty cool. I liked it. the development at the end blew my mind. I never saw that coming, and it totally opens up WrestleMania. And I like that they did this. So all show they're building up the winner of the Royal Rumble, like every year. The winner of the Royal Rumble gets the title shot at WrestleMania. And, that's the formula. So it kind of sucks because you kind of always know, especially with Elimination Chamber being gone, that we're married into who's ever this Royal Rumble winner is going to get, they're basically untouchable for about 60 calendar days. Well, tonight, Vince says, you know what, Roman? We might not be able to stop you, but we'll find a way to stop you. You're putting your title on the line against 29 other men at the Royal Rumble. Your world title's on the line, and the winner of the Royal Rumble this year, world champion. Wow. What do you think, Vic? I guess you're not impressed by that development. Now, Killer Kev, I gotta ask you, buddy. Hearing what I just said, how does that sound to you? Are you surprised by that? Not since Ric Flair won the vacant world title has WWE did this.
I don't know.
You don't think it's good to change it up maybe a little bit? For 1 year at least.
Maybe. Let me get Vic added back to this call.
Okay, Young Rock, Second Rock, and The Rock Jr.
Yo, Angry Tensai.
How do you feel about the development of the Royal Rumble, buddy?
I'm sorry, you cut out, or I got cut off, sort of. Really quick, you were saying something about Stone Cold. Can you go back to that? I was interested to hear where that went.
I just said that, certain guys have certain guys' numbers. And the one person who always seemed to get the better of the McMahons was Stone Cold. And unlike John Cena, unlike CM Punk, Roman Reigns seems to be that guy who keeps getting the better of Vince McMahon.
Yeah, but you know what? I think McMahon sort of, I think he sort of did it to Roman Reigns. Or I'll be interested to see where it goes. This new development at sort of Royal Rumble, where Reigns has to basically defend the title in the Royal Rumble. I think that's going to be interesting. I mean, I think he ultimately walks out with the title again, but at the same time, it'll be interesting to see how they go about doing it. Does he walk through every single person at the Rumble, or does he lose, get a match at the Elimination Chamber, earn himself the main event shot, and go from there? How does that work?
Well, I think whoever wins the Royal Rumble and wins the title, they will hold on to it till they walk into WrestleMania, for sure. But I am very excited about this development. How they get the number one contender, I have no idea. I assume they're going to build up a big main event at Fastlane between two people that, we might not think of. It might be Undertaker versus John Cena. Who knows? It could be anybody. It could be John Cena. It could be Brock Lesnar versus it could be anybody. But we don't know how they're going to develop it. I couldn't even venture to tell you how that's going to be. But just the idea that we're going to have, a WWE champion crowned out of the Royal Rumble. I mean, conventional wisdom tells you that it can't be Roman Reigns, but maybe it will be. I mean, what if they throw away the entire Royal Rumble? That would suck.
Yeah, I'd hate to see that. And I think that the WWE, they've done a great job. I will give them credit, because this time last year, I mean, nobody wanted to see a Reigns pushed, and they sort of shoved it down our throats, and it was wrong, and they realized it was wrong before WrestleMania, putting a strap on him, so they did not do it. But I think right now they have him where he's well liked as a babyface, and there aren't that many really well liked babyfaces right now in WWE that are wrestling on a regular basis.
Right.
Dean Ambrose, who seems to be getting caught up in little pissy feuds with Kevin Owens and possibly what's his name? Possibly Neville. I mean, it seems like there's not a ton of babyfaces right now, and an abundance of heels. And I mean, true babyfaces, not loved heels like a New Day.
Why those two baby faces they added to the Royal Rumble?
What's that?
They added 2 new names on the website to the Royal Rumble that are faces.
Wow, is it part of the social Outcasts?
No, it's the Young Rock and the Second Rock.
Wow,
That's big.
That's a good. What about just a Rock?
I don't know. I mean, speaking of The Rock, I know he's got a big announcement coming. He may take on the winner of the Royal Rumble. I don't know. That could
Yeah,
be
I mean, he's going to be part of the show. It'd be interesting to see if they actually wrestle him again. You know what I wouldn't mind seeing? Whether it be at WrestleMania or it be at Elimination Chamber?
What?
Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
That could happen again. I will say this. If Roman Reigns, or if The Rock is going to wrestle at WrestleMania, I would bet you Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble. They're going to have that match. You know, they're going to go right at that, I think. But, who knows?
I want him to build up. If that's the case, though, I want him to build it up from pretty much the Royal Rumble on. If they're gonna have that match, I want it to be built up.
I like it. It's wide open. Anything can happen. So Chris Jericho enters himself in the Royal Rumble tonight. Brock Lesnar's coming back next week. You know he's entering himself in it. This is turning out to be a pretty big deal now. So rumor is the Undertaker's going to be in it. So it's a pretty big Royal Rumble for sure.
Yeah, but the thing is, are they going to be actually in the Royal Rumble, or are they going to be wrestling a match?
I don't know. I would think they're going to be in it.
I don't think Brock Lesnar's in it. I don't think they waste. They get 6 matches a year from him or whatever it is.
That's awesome. Put him in it.
I don't know. I don't know. I think that they'd prefer to do maybe they do a singles match with him and then put him in the Rumble. I don't know if that counts as 2 shows, 1, but I don't know. I don't see. I'd rather see him in a match. I don't want to see him crush Big Show or Ryback or half of New Day or anything like that. I want to see him in like a good match against like Cena or Cesaro, maybe something that
I would send him to GNW Wrestling for one night, and you know who I'd send him after. I mean, I just think he is destined to take on The Rock JR.
Nice. What about the Young Buck?
What? Oh, no. This GNW, oh my god, what did I book this shit? This GNW has a video where Bushwhacker Luke does a stink face and makes a thong out of his pants. This campaign.
To the delight of the crowd here in Northland, but not to the delight of Pretty Boy Perry.
Oh my god.
He's absolutely distraught on the outside.
Oh my.
The 69-year-old now giving himself a wedgie.
Oh my god. I don't believe I'm seeing this.
I think we may just see a sick face here on him.
This is foul. Oh, he's doing the Bushwhacker walk. Oh my god.
Did he lick his face afterwards?
Guys, YouTube, Bushwhacker Luke stink face. Oh my. It's as if I booked this. This is exactly what I would do if I booked independent wrestling. That is what you'd say. You know how I want to humiliate the legends? Right there is what I would do to them. That's exactly what I would do. That's me getting my $750 worth. Right there. Wow. I bet you, like, Killer Kev right now is probably like, how could they disrespect the legends like that? It's so wrong. Because, you know, he loves the legends.
Yeah, you know what? I think we need to figure out. We should just have an event like near WrestleMania, leading up to it, and just like rent out like a house or something, and just invite like 10 of these legends. So, like one of the Bushwhackers. I'm thinking Marty Jannetty, Buff Bag,
awesome.
Vincent. I mean, I think we could really get. And probably for like all told, like less than like $10,000, we could probably get a pretty good stable of WWE has-beens all in the same place all at once, and then literally just be like, all right, there's like the bullshit, the Angry Marks world title with $1,000 prize for whoever wins, and just have them fight over it.
I'm in.
Dude, that could be some epic shit, I think.
Well, I am in awe by all this gold. This GNW Federation, I'm gonna go ahead and say that they're in line. They're like kind of like a common day, like a modern day like IPW with with all those guys like Mighty Nation and all those guys. I think this is like a modern day IPW. They actually have a tag team called the Freak Nation.
They probably have higher ratings than TNA right now.
They have a tag team called the Freak Nation.
Wow.
They look like two Stings. Oh boy.
Better shaped Stings. I don't know. Like, does Sting come back and wrestle again, do you think, this year?
No, I think he's done.
Yeah, I think it's for the better. After his match with Seth Rollins, I mean, he was out there. I mean, he was giving it his all, give him credit for that. He almost freaking killed himself out there.
Yeah, I agree.
Pretty bad, and I think I said it at the time, that's probably the worst pay-per-view main event I've seen since him and Jeff Hardy in TNA.
I saw a comment by our very own Stevie J where he took a shot at ECW pay-per-view 2006. The great December to Dismember. I was sad. Do you remember that pay-per-view? Bobby Lashley?
Please refresh my memory as to what his critique was.
He said it was terrible and he had to sit through it.
You know what? It was 9 years ago. I say get over it. WWE has lots of terrible angles, lots of terrible matches, lots of terrible pay-per-views. I think that they ultimately they make up for it. I mean, we can look back and that's probably one of the 10 worst pay-per-views. But shit, I mean, another 9 that are pretty bad in the last 10 years or so.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was that was pretty much all of Raw. I mean, it's setting up I think a big Royal Rumble. I mean, I thought the development of the WWE title being on the line is pretty big deal. So it should be interesting.
I do. One thing we haven't talked about, and I know these guys are our favorite of yours, the New Day.
Yes.
I love what they're doing with them. I love the angle. I love them getting FaceTime out there. What I question is them going over clean against the Dudleys.
No problem with it.
What's that?
I have no problem with it.
I don't like it. I think that should be a pay-per-view quality match. Put like the Dudleys and Chris Jericho together and do a pay-per-view quality match and have them go over.
But that's New Day is kind of like, they're kind of like what the Shield was 2 years ago. If you notice, the New Day has won like every single 6-man tag match they're in. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, but I think that, I mean, they win it by, well, I guess New Day, or Shield, they won it by being, I don't know, I just don't picture them the same quality as far as wrestlers as the Shield. I mean, they maybe it's because they're sort of like a goofy, tacky tag team or trifecta of wrestlers versus the Shield, who are just sort of like badass and really bad heels. I get what you're saying there, but I think that doing the same exact thing, running the same exact angle, it's not going to result in the same exact thing. I mean, there's no, at least I could picture, there's no end game for the Shield where one of Kofi Kingston betrays the other two and goes out on his own. I think that these guys, the sum is greater than, or the whole is greater than the sum of the parts.
I would agree.
I think
they're booked to be dominant.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, the Shield, but they're booked to be dominant by cheating. Shield would actually win clean matches, and they were more individual talent. I mean, we talked forever about how and when, if and when Reigns is going to break away or Ambrose is going to break away. And the best part was we never thought Seth Rollins was going to be.
That is a good point.
To break away, and that's what WWE did great.
They saw something.
Exactly. And the thing is, they did a good job of, once they did break away, they could have made him like insignificant. Instead, he became by far the most hated heel in WWE.
I read a lot of articles where people were like, oh, well, they're picking Seth Rollins first because he's the one that they have to do the most work with and they have to try the hardest with. And, I don't think that's at all the case given, to their detriment. They made Reigns and Ambrose go through a lot. So, Rollins they definitely believed in him for sure. And, good for him. I'll tell you something. You want to know something that annoys me? I know you said it annoys you that New Day has to put up with some of this stuff. or Dudley's losing clean on Raw. You know what bothers me? I'm going to tell you what bothers me. People on social media that, for instance, Tom Coughlin resigned from the New York Giants today. He's the head coach for those who don't know, and he won a couple Super Bowls, whatever. And I can't tell you how many comments I've read through social media where someone I'm friends with or just some random anonymous who probably knows 200 or 300 people or whatever that they're twittering to or are friends to on a Facebook or something like that writes out something to the following effect, okay? Congratulations and best of luck to Coach Coughlin. Let me say this, and I know this is a bad use of the word because there's no reason to use it, especially when it's not on the whim. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Seriously. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Congratulations to Coach. No one cares what you think. Like they're gonna hear you. Like, why would you go out of your, are you delusional? Are you mentally off in your head that you think you should take the time out? Or when a team wins the World Series, congratulations to the Kansas City Royals. Like, who are you? Like, what do you mean? The Royals aren't reading your Twitter or your Facebook. Like, why are you writing that?
You know what? I think that, I don't know. I mean, you think, I don't want to be that hard on people just because, I mean, shoot, I know American Pharaoh wasn't reading my comments.
You know what, though? I don't know if you did that, but what I did is I was on the American Pharaoh, fan page or Breeders' Cup, literally responding to what they put up, which is respond to the comment. Like, for me to just put on my own Twitter, my own status, what is that? Let's use Facebook, because somebody could easily say back to me on Twitter, well, I said at American Pharaoh, congratulations. Okay, I'm okay with that. But I can tell you, people literally will get on their Facebook and write, congratulations to the Kansas City Royals. Like, why? Like, who are you? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to be cool to the couple hundred people you're friends with and say, congratulations to the Royals? Like, why are you doing that?
Congratulations to me on being a Royals fan.
That's just weird, and it's very odd, and it's very, it's the look at me generation. Like, oh, I'm so important. No, you're not. You're not important. You're just not. You're not.
I'll give it the okay with.
No.
Because you'd be thrilled. You'd probably want to be congratulations. I mean, there's different levels of fandom, and I think that, I mean, you're pretty stoked if.
No, what you should write is, okay, Clemson kicked Oklahoma's ass. They're in. I'm pumped. Not, congratulations, Clemson, on your win. Like, those are two very different things. I'm telling my friends, yo, did you see my boys Clemson rock Oklahoma? That's cool. But, no, congratulations to Clemson. Like, what?
Yeah, it's almost like where they write letters to the team.
It's only that being.
Only they're too lazy to actually write a letter and put a stamp on it because people don't write letters and put stamps on things anymore. So instead, they just post on Facebook.
How about this? And I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm on it right now. How about this? Half of America is Republican, half of America is Democrat. Why in the world, when you have 500 to 1,000 friends, would you write a comment aligned with either side of that fence and make a strong argument? You just offended half the people you're friends with. For what reason? Why? You're not a politician.
Ask Dave Zuloff.
There is only one man who can do that and get away with it, a political comment. Buzzy, because he's right about everything. That's it. Buzzy can put anything he wants on there, because I agree with everything he says. The dude can read my mind. But that's different. He's one guy, he's different. But everyone else is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I will troll other people's comments. I love trolling David Zuloff because his stuff's like, if you don't believe in global warming, I hope you die a horrible death.
Dave Zuloff's different. He's trying to get a rise out of people.
Yeah, and the problem is, if you ever look at his comments, where he puts something up like that, he'll get like 2 likes and like maybe like 5 comments, and the likes will be from me and Carlos Ortiz, and the comments will be me and Carlos Ortiz or trolling him. Those are the only
Listen,
rise out of people.
bottom line, there's an etiquette to social media. The social outcasts, at least, are using social media the right way. Killer Kev, anything you want to add to our social media comments, being that you're a producer?
I would, you know what would actually be.
He's not even listening.
Yeah, he's probably checked out for tonight. We've digressed a little bit. You know it would be almost a epitome of what you're talking about. Set up for this what you're talking about with Tom Coughlin. Set up a fake Tom Coughlin page and have like his picture on it. Have the real Tom Coughlin or whatever. I don't know if there's a lot of duplicates out there. Have T. Coughlin or whatever, some acronym, his picture up there. Professional career, and like take like 10 minutes and make a BS page, and then friend request somebody like I'm sure Marvin Machado put up something like that. Friend request Marvin Machado, and then post in his comments, "Thank you very much for the well wishes, Marvin. I really appreciate it."
Honestly,
you have the biggest boner for about 5 seconds.
Dumbest thing ever.
Until he wait, Tom Coughlin has more than 8 friends.
Dumbest thing ever. Anyway. That's the show for tonight. I think it's going to be a good Raw. We're teeing up the Royal Rumble well. So keep watching.
Yeah, and you know what? I think we're going to see, along with just teeing up the Royal Rumble, I think that a big part of it is these last couple of months, Raw has been great. It was great before when Reigns won the championship a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
It hasn't been great. And I think part of it is because WWE knows they're losing probably 25% of their viewers for that period. And I think next week's going to be the last one because they're going to have the championship. And I think this was an important show. They built up towards the Rumble. They didn't build up really towards next week that much. I think that it's going to be a much towards WrestleMania.
It's going to be I think it's going to be a very surprisingly good WrestleMania.
Yeah, they're going to start announcing Hall of Famers pretty soon, next week or two. That'll be interesting to see. Any word on who's making the Hall of Fame?
I have no idea. If a Hall of Famer just puts their underwear in a thong and walks in stink face to somebody, I think the whole thing's a work. Let me just put it that way.
I think Marty's ready. I think it's his year, too.
He's not going to get in. It's too bad. Anyway, we do have to wrap it up. I'm getting a comment here that we got to wrap it up. Killer Kev, anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Tomorrow night, Undisputed Wrestling show at 9 p.m. In the first hour, we have the return of the quintessential stud muffin himself, Joel Gertner, getting caught up with everything he's currently doing in the world of professional wrestling. And then towards the end of the show, we're going to have the return of the Star Maker, Kenny Bolin.
Oh, wow. How about that?
So, two of the hottest mouths in professional wrestling since the Bella Twins were hired.
Is Bolin coming back to do a show on our network?
No, he is currently very happily doing well with Kurt Bauer and MLW Radio.
Excellent.
But you never know.
Excellent. Well, that's good stuff. Anything you want to add on Young Rock, Second Rock, and Rock Jr. before we get out of here?
You know what? We need like a futuristic Rock, like Rock 2030.
I'm watching a movie on mute right now that was on after Raw in USA. It's called The Rundown.
Rock's laying down right now.
Yeah, you're watching it too. There's a monkey staring at him. Yeah, this is. It was like, okay, he's a. I don't know how this happened. He's not a bounty hunter. Basically, like somebody who breaks kneecaps for money.
Yeah, he's a private bounty hunter. He works for like a loan shark.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, he ends up going to, it's like Brazil or something, to bring home this treasure hunter guy. And so they end up going out and finding a treasure, and they were with some broad there. She drugged them and gave them like mushrooms or whatever, tied them up, and now there's some like monkey being off behind.
He got caught for saying being off.
I didn't do it.
I think it was good timing, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I like the Rundown. Rundown's one of my favorite movies. Yeah, and he's gone.
WWE just posted a video of the Social Outcasts, so I urge everyone to go watch that when they get done with our show tonight.
You know what? I'm gonna urge everybody. Also go to New Japan World NJPW and pay your 999 yen and go enjoy Wrestle Kingdom 10. Great action from the pre-show all the way to the main event. It's like 5 hours, so, take you some Viagra and catch a nap. Surprisingly, there's no intermission in this show. That kind of surprised me. That's a little bit different for a Japanese show. Usually there's like a 30 or 45 minute intermission right in the middle of it there, but it was a good show. It was worth me staying up for all night for, and I'm like absolutely wired right now. So go pay your 999 yen, which is $8.33. Enjoy it all for the whole month. Go watch that as well.
Could you understand the announcing?
Yeah, you got an English language broadcast with that. You got Kevin Kelly and you got Matt Stryker and Yoshitatsu.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Are they into it?
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
That's
really interesting.
It was a really good show.
Well, we'll get a look at some of the new talents heading over to WWE.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's pretty big. I wonder if NJPW knew about. They must have before the show.
They might have, because it's usually in January when they start renegotiating most of their contracts anyway. So it's quite possible they knew that this was going to be it for these guys.
Are they going to get the Briscoes?
The Briscoes are there. The Briscoes are the new never open weight 6-man tag team champions.
No, I'm saying, are WWE going to go after the Briscoes?
Oh no, never. They're the Briscoes. They're just too raw for Raw.
What do you mean? Are you talking about like their wrestling style, or are you talking about their like Twitter feed?
All of it, everything.
Yeah, they wouldn't be able to follow direction. Anyway, we do got to get out of here. Thanks to everyone for joining us. It's been a good show, and we'll see you next week.
And congratulations, Angry Tensai and Big Vic.
For what?
We have started off 2016 on a great foot. Nobody fell asleep. we have a 100% attendance record. So, let's keep this up, guys. We might get a big award for this at the end of the year.
Wow.
Nice. I'm hoping for WrestleMania tickets this year.
Although I dropped an F-bomb tonight, and I only do that about like twice every year.
Well, that's okay.
It was well warranted this time. You actually led up to it, and you had complete justification for
I can't stand people that do that on the internet. And I want everyone to think about that next time they see it. Congratulations to the Jets! Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, thanks, guys. Have a great one.